live. Welcome to the stream. Today is, I promise not to bore you with Ruby. Today is a Golang day, okay? It's exciting, statically typed. It's fast. It's got gophers. I love gophers. I love the gopher. So I'm gonna try, like, so I've been, so like the last like few days I've been like, how do I use Ruby to make a yesql clone? And then I looked at a few other Golang. You know what? Let's do it together. Let's look at a yesql clone in Golang and see if I can understand it. Because I feel like I won't be able to understand it, but that's all right. Let's see. So we'll go GitHub Golang yesql, right? Okay, so here's one. Yeah, one thing I did notice about the Golang yesql stuff is, oh, you know what? Why is this not in dark mode? Is it just not late enough yet? Okay. Yeah, so one thing I did notice about, you know what, I'm just gonna do that, but then is that there's no folders. I'm not sure if that's okay, so here's one that's really simple. Parse file, parse reader. Oh, okay, so everything's in the scanner. Okay, so I think I can understand this, but so I think I'm gonna start with like a cool name. Let's see. I think so there's this Go one, there's this one, and then there's Golang yesql dot, I think it's like called .sql, right? And I don't like, I'm not, and this also doesn't have any folders. And it looks like weirdly like the other one, like right? It even has the same name, Scanner. It's interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting. This one's really simple to understand though, so I like that. So let's see. Like it has error handling. I don't care. Just crash horribly. Actually, you know what? I think just like fail silently, right? Like if you give it a garbage file. Okay, so let me back up. So yesql was originally written in Clojure. It's a Clojure library by this person, Chris A. Jenkins, and it basically, you have SQL files in a folder, and then, or like you have a SQL file, and then you have your application code, Clojure, Go, Ruby, whatever. And so you take the SQL file that has multiple SQL statements in it, delimited by like SQL comments, except the comments actually mean something to the program. And so you like get all those SQL bits, and you either, well, in Clojure or Ruby, you generate a function or a method, or you like have a macro or something, and you like turn it into a function. So then it's like a name, like you give it the SQL bits a name, and you call that name from your application, and it's kind of like a store procedure, but not a store procedure. I mean, it works for SQLite because SQLite doesn't have store procedures, so you're not reinventing the wheel if that's the case. Okay, so all right, so this one is a little more involved, I feel like, but it's very similar to what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna keep it open. We'll just make it bigger so we can see it. Okay, so I'm gonna call it. You know, I thought there's something called GoSQL. So I'm just gonna do the parser. Like I'm just gonna read a file and like do the regular expression and try to like read the SQL just into memory, and then just like print it out. Right, so I'm just gonna probably copy this quite a bit. But it's good to learn Go. I think it's a good way to learn Go. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna call this. I should probably call it like yesql. I should like, maybe I'll call it like Go for SQL, right? That's probably too. Let's go SQL, right? Hey, that I like that. That's perfect. Okay. All right, so we got that going, and I don't actually know how to start a Go project, so I'm just gonna take a look at this thing. I think you have to like do some kind of like Go mod or something. Like I had honestly like forgotten. Let's see. How do you start a Go project? This guy there's like a Go mod, right? So I think, let's go SQL. So yeah, like the abbreviation would be LGS. I don't think that's anything bad. So I think Let's Go SQL is a good name. All right, so let me see. Wow, this is crazy. The first commit was 8 years ago. What? This is like the weirdest. How is this one 6 years ago? And then there's like 9 months ago. This Go mod. What the heck? This was written a long time ago. All right, so I think actually, you know what? I'm gonna start with the input, right? So I'm just gonna have like test.sql, and then we're gonna have you know, this is a comment but not a name. This is also a comment, right? So it's supposed to be like a sort of a pathological another comment thing that so I can read it and it'll be okay. So name is 1. Actually, you know what? I have to name it something that's decent in Go. Although it's just going to be straight like. So I think in Go you can't. There's no macros. There's no defined methods, so that you can't define functions at runtime. You have to. I think in Go it's probably going to be something like you know, queries. Let's go SQL, right, or something like that, and then parse or something, parse queries or something, or we'll just call it queries, and then it's gonna be like testsql, and then now you can do something like it's a hash map. But I also in Ruby, this is what I did. I had that, but I also have so instead of this. Like, I think what I did was I have, like in Go, you'd have a struct. Let's see, golangsql method, create method. Okay, I had to add structs in Golang. Here we go, Golang docs. It's good. You should probably look at the official Golang docs. I feel like there's like a lot of this scraping stuff going on. How do I Golang? Let's do the official docs. Installing Go, creating a module. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. Create a module. This is the first part. You're just getting started. Blah blah blah. Okay, Go modules, very simple Go code. Okay, so getting started. Maybe I want that instead. Use the Go package just to find packages. You can use the Go to run your own code. Call functions on an external module. Okay, so this one is create a module. Write a small module. Okay, perfect. Start a module that others can use. Okay, so I'm gonna do that now. Go, because before I forget, go mod init. What is this? Why is it example.com? This must be a path from which your module can be downloaded. If you publish a module. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should not do that for now. Maybe I'll maybe I'll do go mod init. Oh, you do create it. Never mind. Okay, so you do create the directory, and then you do go mod init. And then I think I'm just gonna say like github.com/this, and then what am I doing? Let's go SQL, right? Creating a new module. Okay, so I have a Go module now. Hey, I have a Go module. Oh, you know what? I'm not using Go 1.18. But who cares? All right. I love like getting into a new language because like I really have no preferences or anything. I'm just like, yeah, just whatever. I don't care. Just let me get it done, you know. It's kind of nice actually because now I don't have like these weird like opinions that I've like built up over the last like 10 years of writing Ruby. All right, so let me see. Go mod init. This needs to be a little bigger. Does it? No, you can see it. Okay. It's a package, right? So I'll start with the testsql again because I deleted it. This is a comment. New line, another comment, and then I can already write the code that it doesn't matter, like, because I think in Clojure I tried to like parse the whole file in one regular expression, and that was like really error prone. So if I just do it line by line, like I'm not gonna run into any of these problems. I love imperative programming. I just want to say that like functional programming is great, but like something about good old imperative and object oriented programming, that's great. All right, so let's see, name, you know, for just one, right? And then it's just gonna be select one. And then this one's gonna be because I don't have a just two, right? Okay, select two. Oh, you know what? Select from, and I think I can just do select two. Right, can I do that as a thing? I think I can do that, right? So then I can say select as, I just want multiple lines, right? Table. Oh, as t dot as id, right? Okay. So I think I can do this in SQL. I'm pretty sure I can just do this. Okay, so this is like the test file, right? And so I'm gonna read this SQL file, and I'm gonna take these names, these lines with dash dash name colon, and I'm gonna parse them with a regular. Well, I'm just gonna match them to a regular expression, and I'm just gonna take just this bit, and then I'm gonna take this and match those together, and then I'm also going to do this here. So I did this in Ruby before, but now I'm in Go, so like I just wanted like a clear thing because like I really don't know what I'm doing in Go. All right, so let me go. Okay, so here we go. Let me okay, so now I have testsql, so I'll just edit. What do we have? What do they have? It says go mod, and then it's just main.go, right? I hope it's not like a special thing. All right, so I have a package called Let's Go SQL. Right, sweet. And then I have import format. You know what? I probably should use Copilot for this, but yeah. Oh, did I freeze? Oh shoot, I think I did. Am I dropping frames? No, I'm okay. That's weird. It's just the Twitch thing. Man, Twitch, the Twitch stream manager is like really annoying. I feel like it's probably slowing me down too. There we go. Okay. Okay, so import format. You know what? I'm just gonna do this even if there's one because I feel like you're always gonna want that. No required module provides package format. What? Funk. Maybe because I called it main. I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with a load. SQL or something? Like read queries? Right, load. Read queries is probably a better name. Let's see, so name string, right? We'll call it file name string, right? I'm also gonna need like file or something, right? IO, right, is that what it is? Oh, you know what? Let's do the automatic import. What am I doing? What am I even doing with my life? Okay, so we'll say this, and then we'll say io.read. Okay, so wait, how do I do this again? Oh, nice. Dude, that's sweet. Okay, so read all, right? I can read line by line, actually. Let's see. Do I have golang? Golang. Write a file? Read a file line by line. Perfect. I already thought about this. It's good. All right, so let's see. IO, so I'm just gonna say read file. Air. OS open. Actually, you know what? What if I open? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Wow, it really does the automatic importing. That's sweet. Like, yeah, I need that in Ruby. That's really nice. Okay, OS open. Yeah, that's so nice. What the heck? All right, test.sql. Cool. If error does not equal nil, format println. Ooh, dude, that is sick. I could get used to this, honestly. I could get used to this. And it's honestly, it's not that much different than writing Ruby because of the type inference. Okay, so package let's go SQL. Oh, you know what? I should probably call it let's go SQL. Now that I'm thinking about this, main.go let's go SQL. .go. That's probably what I should do. Let's go SQL. So maybe it'll be better. Why? Yeah. Why is it tabs though? Oh no. Is Go supposed to be a tab thing? Is that what the thing is? I'll have to keep fixing that. Actually, you know what? Golang, neovim. No, I'll just fix it once at the end. Okay, file scanner, buff.io, new scanner, and it even puts it in alphabetical order. Wow. Okay, so read file I think is some kind of like it's a pointer to the read thingy. File scanner. Again. Dot split. Buff.io. Scan lines. Okay, and then for file scanner. Scan. Okay, println. File scanner dot text. Okay. Alright, cool. I'm typing this all out because I kind of want to learn, and I don't just want to like copy and paste. Okay, close. Okay, alright. So this is looking pretty good. Dang, I would like to do. I wonder if I could just call scan lines right here, because like, what's the point of? Oh, because I need to call scan and split. Right? Oh, this is interesting. This buffer.io. Is this really how to read a file line by line? Like, isn't it in memory or something here? File scanner.scan. File scanner.text. Because it's a buff.io. But then it's called split scan lines? Like, that's so weird. Is that true? Let's see. Golang, read a file line by line. It looks really weird. Like, I guess you're like splitting the buffer. Oh, is this where I got it from? I guess you're like splitting the buffer and like scan, like the buffs, but the buffer library has like scan lines. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Okay, so this makes sense to me, but because you don't have the actual, like the file has not been read, right? But here it's like you're creating a new scanner. Golang buff.io. Buff.io package. Okay. Okay, so buffer.io wraps an IO reader or writer object, creating another object that also implements the interface but provides buffering and some help for textual IO. Okay, so it's like a reader like object thing, and like that's how you scan lines is a split function for a scanner that returns each line stripped of any trailing end of line marker. The return line may be empty. The end of line marker is one optional character return, followed by one mandatory new line. In regular expression notation, it is R, and the last non-empty line will be returned even if it has no new line. Okay, I guess this makes sense. It's just kind of weird. Like it'd be nice if you could just do OS open test.sql and then for, right? Lines in and just like you know, scan or something from this, right? But whatever. All right. I shouldn't have a preference because I'm learning. I'm just learning. Okay, so this reads the file, right? And so now I'm just outputting the file. So let me actually run this. Yeah, let me actually run this. I'll call a function, call your code from another module. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's a no. Okay, so they're creating another module. Okay, so let me just call it. Can I just call it test.sql? Okay, let's see if it go. Let's go SQL. Whoops. Go run. Okay, go run. Okay. Go run. Go run dot. It's not a main package. Okay, so what if I copy it to main.go? Go run? It's not a main package. I think I have to say package.main. I can't just do that. I have to say package.main. And then I think I don't have to have that anymore, and I can just say go run dot. Okay. Non-declaration statement outside function body. Oh, it doesn't like that. Expected declaration found. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I wonder. Oh, I need a main function. We going today, man? You don't want to see me write Go code? I'm actually really interested in like Go's runtime stuff because it's like so fast, and I think it uses a lot less memory than other stuff. Okay, so func main. Okay, so I think that'll do it. Okay, so yes, it read the file line by line just like it was supposed to. Perfect. So now that I have the file, I am in here and I have the file, right? So I can just say I can have a hash, right? No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do what I did in Ruby, where I had an array of triples. I made an account on Tiny Acquisition to check out what kind of small projects I could buy instead of starting from scratch. You might be interested. What's the other one? Tiny Acquisition? Yeah, I could buy. Tiny Acquisition. I could buy. Yeah, I got it. Let me see. Tiny Acquisitions. Where the best tiny projects, SaaS apps are acquired. 100K or less. Dang, that's a lot. 100K. Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. I've been thinking about this. There's another one called, shoot, there's another one. Microacquire. I think Microacquire. Yeah, right here. There's this too. And, oh, they kind of look similar, actually. Wait. Don't they look similar? Is that weird? Oh, they have like little rounded recs. Oh, this one's a little different. Okay, let me see. So you can, let's see. So if I go to buy, oh, explore listings, perfect. Oh no, what? I don't want to sign up. Just show me the stuff. Oh my gosh, you have to sign up. That's so messed up. I think I actually have an account on Microacquire. Oh wait, can you see it? No. View listings. Oh my gosh. Wow, you really have to sign up to see anything, huh? Let me see. So, sell a tiny project, build a startup through acquisition for less than 100K versus going from scratch. I mean, do you want to buy like something though? I mean, like, but what you're buying is not the technology, right? Obviously, because you can make it yourself. Like, what you're buying, right, is like if they've done marketing, quite a lot for under 4K. Dude, I can't imagine spending 4K on it. I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe if the revenue or something was like, you know, was like 2K or something, 1K a month or something. I guess maybe even though like having $100 a month is still like quite a feat. So I don't know. Maybe if one was like 500. I would do it. Like 1,000, I mean, for 4K, I mean, 1,000 a month. I mean, you get your money back in 4 months, right? So at least that's the goal anyway, right? Let's see. My first Microsoft product has been acquired by a team lead at Google. We listed on Tiny and the deal got closed. First has been finalized. Service is awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Listed and sold in 2 days. But convert your hourly rate and consider if it would cost that much to get to what they did. Oh, I see. Like in the project, yeah. I mean, to me, the only reason I'd even consider Microacquire, this tiny acquisition thing, is like, if I could, can I search? Without, if I could, like, if they had marketing, right? Like if they had like real traction, that's the only way I would. Because like I think obviously like my opinion of the code is gonna be, I'm gonna be like, wow, this is terrible. But like the code doesn't really matter, I guess. Yeah, microacquire is really small, I think, even compared to tiny, whatever. Let me see. Do I have one? I don't have one. Yeah, I don't think I have an account. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Your hourly rate, I guess. Like, if it takes you, yeah, I mean, if you, let's say your hourly rate's $100 an hour, and it's 4K. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna take you what is that, like 40 hours, right? That's actually not bad. 40 hours isn't bad, actually. Oh, that's not horrible. But yeah, I don't know. Still, I mean, if you only do an hour a day, it's still gonna take you over a month, maybe, to get where they were. Yeah, I mean, it's the consistency. I don't know if, like, maybe putting money up front like that is like you're like, oh, I have to do this because I've sunk money into this, so I have to keep going, right? It's like the sunk cost fallacy. That's probably like one of the upsides to doing something like that, I think. Yeah, I mean, if it's under 4K too, inspiration, if anything, that's true. Like, yeah, sometimes I go on like Capterra or whatever, or G2, and whatever it's called, and yeah, I look at like what like SaaS or like AppSumo, right? And I look at like what SaaS stuff is like selling. Yeah, there's a lot of WordPress stuff. There's like a lot of complexity around WordPress, like people, you know. But yeah, people are out there selling copy paste WordPress sites for 2K, and I'm watching this dummy right golang. Yeah, it's pretty funny. That is true though. I mean, oh, different dummy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, dude, it's yeah, I mean, I don't know. The Go thing is like, I like the idea of it, but it is like a little, what's the point, I guess? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I will say this about my Ruby thing. So like, you know how you're talking about how the view class, like in Lucky, right, in Crystal. So you're lucky you have to pass in all the context or whatever, the instance variables and stuff, right? Which is true, you still do, kind of. But like, since in Ruby, like, or in the templating thing like ERB, you like get you give self as the context, right? So here, I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Let me see, what was I doing? Oh yeah, to-dos. Okay, so so for the, like, okay, so I was like, how do I get oh, you know what? Let me not do this. Let me get the other tmux thing going. I think it's 1 maybe. Tmux ls, tmux a2 t2. There it is. Okay. So I was like, how do I get this to like, I want to have the current user, and I want to have the like current team, like if it's a SaaS thing, right? So I was like, oh well, you know, you could do just so I have a controller, right? Whatever, and then I have the layout, right, which is like the view class, like in Lucky, right? So it's like the base view class, I call it layout. And then so I have this module called view controller, and that has current user and current team, right? And then so like, since I give the template, it could be ERB, but I give it the context, I just have these. And like, it's not great to put database access code in the view layer, I guess, but like, who cares, right? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, who really cares? So like, that's how I solved like the code reuse thing without passing like stuff in there, or like without passing anything like in the other view things. Like, so I can just call new, but like without having to pass like current user, right? I mean, this probably would be better to pass current user as the user, and then just, you know, do all this madness, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. And then just to have it here, but I mean, it's nice to be explicit, but I feel like having this is pretty explicit too. The only piece that sucks is like yes. So if I was in the view, the needs macro, yeah, is that so? The needs macro, does that? Let's see. Let's look at it. Needs macro. Views. HTML. Okay. Actually, I think it's probably HTML routing, right? Requests and responses, maybe. Front end 8. No, it is this. Okay, so rendering a page, get users. Okay, so you call HTML index page usernames. Needs usernames array. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to be explicit, but it's really kind of annoying. But yeah, so you like call it as like a hash, right? So you're always just passing a hash in. You won't ever forget to pass something to the page. The compiler will tell you you're missing something. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, it is nice, I guess. But it is kind of annoying, especially for stuff like this, like needs admin. Everything has like needs admin or like needs current user, right? The HTML macro method passes a bunch of context into that page class behind the scenes. Yeah, I do that in the router, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like I don't know, it just stinks to like have to pass all this stuff because like every page is gonna need current user or admin or whatever. So you really have to put needs on every single page, right? Or can you do? You have a main layout here that you're inheriting from, so I wonder. See rendering templates, right? Let's see. Oh, this is just different templates. Here's one. Here we go. Okay, so needs current user in the main layout. Accessing it on all pages with needs. Needs current user. So you could just make a method though, too, right? And then, expose current username. Oh, so you do have to say, okay, so it's similar, I guess, right? But like, this is just one time, and then you kind of just have it here. And then now, in this thing, I can just call current user, right? Because I've inherited it in the base controller. So I don't have to say expose. But it is interesting to be explicit though. It's kind of nice, I guess. Like, so this, without expose. Private def current username. You pass it in. Okay, I see. But it's always, in Lucky, it's always explicit. Like, it's either expose or it's needs, right? Def content. Private def current username. Oh, I see. You can take things from the controller, and you can like put them with expose, like it's like helper method, right? Accessing all pages. All that because we have separate classes, which is why I understand why some of those Ruby that used Ruby stuff still had separate template files so that they could control the context instead of requiring the user to set up that context. Yeah, separate template files so they could control the context. Yes, okay, yeah. So that's what I do here, right? Like, well, you know what though? You have it though here. It needs current username string. And, H1, it's similar, it's super similar. It actually is pretty much the same. Cause you don't, so these are like equivalent, right? But then this exposes it automatically. But if you just do one needs in the layout, it like the other one's inherited, so you can just call it without having to do it across every single one. So I mean, it is similar. I mean, it stinks you have to use a macro for that. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? I guess that's Crystal. Yeah, I mean, it's similar. So the only thing that stinks about the separate, well, the one thing to me that was really bad, because I don't have all this need stuff, and like how to get like, it's a macro. So like, how do I do it without a macro, right? So I got rid of all all dynamic Ruby define methods. So I was like trying to set myself up for like, how would I do this in Go? And so I was like, okay, so I can't have any define methods or define singleton methods dynamically. So I ripped off Lucky quite a bit. Like I saw you guys, when you do like a redirect, you do let's see, what's a good one? Oh, signups. So you do a redirect, but like you redirect to the symbols, or like the actual like things in Lucky. I think you actually call the class names, and then the method names. So I did that, and then so now like you don't get that path thing where like the method doesn't exist, like up front, but like it was never really up front. I feel like, because like, you know, when this thing starts up, it doesn't complain at you. It doesn't complain until you go to the page. So it, like, what's the point of the path helper, really? And this is more straightforward. Anyway, that's Go compatible, I guess. But yeah, the only thing that sucks with this view controller is that if I go to home, index here, and I call current user in the view, I actually call it twice, right? So if I call it in the controller, like if I say user is current user, so it's two SQL queries, right? That this one, and then in the index in here too, right? So like that stinks. But then I thought, okay, well, that's pretty easy to solve. All you really have to do is do like a cache, not just this instance variable cache, because that's, you're caching it on each layer, but you have to cache across both classes, right, or both instances, objects. And so that was like the one real big downside for me, is like the two SQL queries, and you have to like cache, you have to find query reuse, right? Like you have to say in when you call user query and like the name with the arguments, you kind of have to like take the query name and the arguments, and you have to say, okay, or you can cache to the SQL level too. Like you could say, okay, the SQL and these arguments, just put them in like the key thing, like thread.current, as like a hack, and then like just save that. So like the second time it runs, like it hits the cache and it, you know. So I did do that, and that seemed to work pretty well. So I don't know. All right, where was I? Go. Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, hey, if you want to see some stuff like about Ruby and me actually trying to like ship things, instead of just messing around, I would do that too, for sure. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Instead of just messing around, you know? Okay, so main, and let's go main. What? Found packages? Okay, I don't understand what that means. Does it still work? Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is, so like, I guess if I was gonna use Go legitly, like to actually ship something, I wouldn't want to write Go. I would definitely not want to do that. I would definitely, I would definitely want to write SQL and HTML and anything that wasn't Go. So I would just have yesql or my yesql clone, and I would have whatever Buffalo gives me or whatever. Yeah, like I just have a router, and like that's it. I wouldn't want to do it too much stuff in Go, because I don't really know it. So yeah, I thought yeah, that'd be nice if I could just you know, write SQL all the time instead of Go, because I don't like this Go ORM, like what is it called? Golang. What's the Go? Yeah, GORM. I mean, look at this, like the syntax, like, you know, I'm looking at it. You say type struct, and then you say, you know, you do this thing, and then like, what is this? Like what is this? It's like, I don't want to write this. I don't want to do that. That's horrible. No thanks. Like, Go's so ugly. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather just write SQL. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty, actually. Yeah. Yeah, like, look at this. Oh, I can't infer the type. Oh, that's horrible. Like, that's just horrible. I'd much rather just say, you know, like, what I'd much rather have the type product struct, right? And then I'd much rather say product. Actually, you know what? I don't even know how to make a method on a thing, but I think you can. It seems like that anyway. Or I could just have, like they do, db error or whatever, right? Like read queries, you know, let's go SQL, read queries, whatever, right? Blah, that's SQL. And then I could just say db.query, you know, and give it the name, just one, and any arguments as like a hash, I guess, or something. I don't know what that is. And then just, you know, serialize it into a product, I guess, right? I don't really... How to read fair product? It looks like I do have to do this. Ugh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna last in this Go thing, but anyway, I'll keep going. Okay. Isn't Go into CodeGem? Seems like you'd write something to read your SQL files and generate code from it. Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking too, is like read the SQL files and then just generate like a whole file of Go code. So I could just call methods, right? But whatever this is not good. This is not great. Like this is super awkward. It's horrible. I don't like this. So I'm definitely not going to use an ORM in Go. I feel like I'd be much better served like writing SQL and just, yeah. So yeah, you're right. Like maybe I would, so here I would do, so the thing is, let's see, find names, right? And then find SQL. So I think I can just rip off my Ruby stuff. I could say, you know, I could say go regular expression. We can go over here and rip this person's off. It has a parse line. Okay, let's look at it. Oh, here we go, perfect. We've got a regular expression here. Retag, is that what you're gonna call it? We'll just call it, oh, why is this? Retag. Regex. Must compile. I don't even like the names of the stuff. Let's see, is this the right one though? Dash dash, and then why is there 2 slashes though? Oh, because you have to use a string and you have to escape the slashes? Wow, that's interesting. There's no regex literal. Wow. Okay. We'll just say name regex, right? That makes more sense, I think, than retag. Let's see, name. But yeah, I think I will do CodeGen. And then what is all this? Like what? Plus? Okay, so colon, optional space, dash dash, optional space, name, and then anything, right? Okay. All right, so name regex. I think I can do that. Can I do that? Is it gonna complain? No, it's fine. Okay. Let's see, and then SQL. Well, I guess really, like, if it's a comment, I don't really want the comments, but I think I need to do like a negative, anything that's not, right? So I think SQL, we'll say name line and SQL line, right? That's much better. Oh, but I have to do camel case. Okay. Let's see. So if it starts with anything but white space, I think, right? Or if it starts with anything that's white space or dash, right? So I could just do white space or dash. I think I can just say this: white space or dash. But I don't know if I need just dash. I think I can just put that here. Dash dash, and then do this. Yeah. I think that's a SQL line. I'm not quite sure what I did in my other one. Let's look at it. Let's see. Lib yes query. Yes queries? What did I call it? Yes code queries? Yeah. Okay, so I think I did, is it a comment? Is it blank? Not, oh, okay, so I did it in SQL. I didn't do it in regular expression. Oh, look at this one. I did anything that's not white space. Interesting. Okay, so I also have this FN thing, which I'm not sure I'm gonna do. I don't think it makes sense in Go. I'm just gonna close this. This is horrible. Like it looks like I keep freezing, but I'm okay. All right, let's see. Okay, so that's how I did that. But this one, I think I'm gonna do a regular expression, and I'm gonna say if it's not white space and it doesn't start with a dash dash, I'm just gonna assume it's SQL, right? Okay, so this is gonna, I'm just gonna do this here in line. And I think I'm just gonna say line is this. I'm gonna have to have a var, I think. I'm gonna reuse it. Is it a string? Can I do that? Is that a thing? Line equals file scanner. That text. Undeclared name string. Is it just lowercase? There we go. Okay. Do I need to give it a type? Or can it infer it? Oh, okay. You can't infer. It doesn't know. Alright, so declared but not used. But I am using it now. Okay, there we go. Line, I have to match it, right? So how does he do that? I just say name line, find string. So, oh my gosh, dude, it does remind me of Java actually quite a bit. It's pretty bad. Okay, so name find string submatch, and then you can like hang stuff off of it. Like inline or something. I'm not even sure what that is. Len matches. Oh, is this only in an if? If. Okay, so it's like two different things in one. Is that what it is? If matches, and then I don't want to return. I want to scoop it up right into an array. Golang array, right? How do I do it? I think maybe I'll just try it. Maybe I'll just try it. Maybe I should have Copilot, but I feel like Copilot would get in my way probably. Plus, I want to learn this. I think I want to learn this. Golang programs. Wow, look at that. Okay, so here's an array, right? Queries array. It's a string. Can you have a dynamic length of an array? Oh no. Can you not have? Maybe I have to use a map. Wow. Oh, ellipses. Oh, okay. Based on the elements specified in the array. Oh, never mind. Wow. So an array, you have to in Go, you have to have a the length of the array when you declare it. Wow. Dang, that's crazy. That's insane. Well, let's look at maps. All right, so maps, I don't think you need empty map. Okay, perfect. That's what I want. Get me out of here. I want a map. So this is gonna be the name, and then it's gonna be I was gonna say lines, but I think I'm just gonna concatenate like a string together, like this. Yeah, so I think, is that how you do it? I expected. So it's a map of a string to a string, right? Is that what it is? Map declaration using queries declared, but I think this is okay. Map employee created having string as key type and as value type. Yeah, what's up with this though? This little guy hanging off. Don't understand it. Is that okay? I think that's fine. Alright, so find substring match, which is horrible. Submatch. Len matches greater than 0. Let's see. Return parse line. So in this case, I would say queries. Actually, I don't even know. Why did I close that? How do I assign? Oh, okay, just like this. Perfect. Thank goodness it makes sense. So I'll say matches dot first. Oh, I can't say matches dot first. Matches 0? Is it an array? Like, what does it return? What does this say? Parse line matches 1? Okay. But why matches 1 though? I guess the first match is probably the non-match, and this is probably the actual capture. I'm guessing, just like Ruby. There's probably some underlying regular expression C library everyone's using, I feel like. Alright, so let's see. Queries, parse line, line query. Oh, he actually returned parse line blank line. What is parse line? Oh, it's a struct. Oh, maybe I'll do that instead of a hash. Oh wow, that's nice. I didn't even think about that. It's a query. Oh no, you don't name it capital. Struct. It has a name, which is a string, and it has sql, which is also a string. Cool. Okay, so he's like doing parse line stores line type and value. Like what? We'll just go for gold here. What are we doing? Okay, so I'm gonna say type is a query now. So I'm gonna say I have an array. Oh, I can't do an array of queries. No, because I don't know the length ahead of time. I guess I could know the length. I'll just stick with the map. I need dynamism. Give me dynamic things. But I might come back to this. But for right now, no. Alright, so queries match, and then I think I'm just gonna say an empty string, right? I think that should work, because it's a hash map, and I can do that here. And then if matches colon equals SQL line, find substring match line matches greater than this. I can do else if, I guess, on this. Wait, didn't I just see an else if on that? But it doesn't like that. Oh, there we go. Queries. Oh, I have to keep track of the last match. Oh, I ran into this with Ruby too. Shoot. Yeah, you know what? Do I really have golang dynamic length arrays, right? Oh, you need to implement a linked list. Thank you. Okay, what does it say? Is a slice you can think of as a dynamic? Very helpful. Append built in. A Go slice contains 3 elements. Oh, they have a special thing. They have a special thing called slices. I should have just read the docs more. Oh, here we go. This is what I want. I want a slice. Okay, so let's do a slice. Let's see. So we're gonna say they do have dynamic arrays. Get out of here. I'm not gonna make a linked list just to parse a SQL file. It's crazy. It's madness. Oh my gosh, it's 9:29. Dang, man. All right. Let me see if I can actually get this into a slice here. Queries, and then string, right? Actually, it's now I can do my type, right? I can probably do my query type now. Struct name is a string, and SQL is a string. Do I need a comma? No, I guess I don't. That's interesting. Okay, so this guy has parse line, but that's not what I want. I want a query. So instead of queries, instead of string, I'm gonna say query, right? It's a struct. Okay. And then I don't actually need this var because I'm not gonna use it, so I can just declare this and assign it, right? And then here I can say queries. It's append, right? Is that what it is? Oh my gosh, reflect. Ugh. To declare the type for a variable, use an empty pair of square brackets followed by the type. Make when length is capacity, when length is different. To be honest, I just don't like it. Watching you struggle with Go is part of the reason why I accepted my new job. I don't care to learn Go when there are more fun languages out there. Yeah, I mean, that is true, I guess, yeah. But, I mean, dude, Go, like, if you get it, though, like, the memory usage and like the speed, but I guess like, yeah, who really cares, right? Computers are fast enough, I guess, right? But I will say, like, one thing that is keeping me going, no pun intended, is that like Ruby, my little Ruby web server that I wrote, I put all the rack middleware in there, and the fiber scheduler that I'm using, all that stuff, like the whole thing, like it's writing to so it's logging and it's doing all the rack middleware stuff, right? I ran Hey. I'll just show you. So I ran Hey on it, right? What is it again? AT2. So if I start this up, oh, it's already running. So if I start this up, and I do like a curl just to make sure that it's working. Okay, cool. So like this is static file serving. It's like logging. It's got all this rack middleware. Oh, Crystal. Yeah, that's true. Dude, but the compile times. Look, let me see. Crystal compile times. Share your compile times. Okay. Oh, this is just some forum. I want to go to Crystal Lang compiler speed. So I was just wondering about the compiler speed of the Crystal language. It feels relatively slow. I definitely ran into this for sure. And like whenever I compile in Crystal, the fan spins up. Crystal slow compile times. Go slow dev times. Dude, I'm learning it though. I'm learning it. Once I get fast at Go, ooh, dude, you don't even know. It's gonna be crazy. I should probably have like a go-to statically typed language besides like Java or C# or something. So I don't know. Go kind of fits that mold, I think. But anyway, so I hit it with Hey, right? My little Ruby web server thing. And so I did like 1,000 here, and then I did like concurrency of like I think like 100. And I think I got 240 requests a second, right? Which is like really pretty slow. But it is like a real app. So that's the thing, right? So see, it's actually writing and everything. It's writing. See, oh, I got 82. Look at that. So it's actually logging. It's logging everything. Oh, because it's doing the select from users. So yeah, that brought it down quite a bit now that I think about it. But if I cache that, it'd be a little faster. But still. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter, right? If it's 5 requests a second. Sometimes I do test with caching's really, I think, the only thing that can save you on the internet, right? Is like you need caching, because otherwise you're not gonna make it. Yeah, what was I doing? 3, yes. So even if I do use Go, I feel like I'll eventually have to cache anyway, even with like really fast Go routines and stuff. So I don't know. But it would be cool to make a HTTP server in Go now that I think about it. Okay, so queries, is it like append, right? Is that what it is? No, it's not helping me. How do I declare slice using new keyword? Put that stuff on the heap. Yeah. Change item value, remove item from slice, copy a slice. Look, I mean, okay, let's go to Crystal. You know what? Let's look at it, because I do like Crystal still. What the heck is this? Oh my gosh, that's not Crystal. Crystal Lang. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I do like Crystal. I'm looking at this right now. What is that? Lifo.net Lapis. Lifo.net Lapis. Oh yeah, Lapis. Yeah, that Lua. The thing about Lua is you can embed it in Nginx. Dude, Lua can be quick. Like, it can be super quick. I also like, I like Moonscript better. But I don't like the whitespace significance, really. I'm not like a huge fan of that. But yeah, Lua's pretty quick. I mean, I will say that. Lua's really fast. Yeah, I also like that, you know, you could do inline HTML, right? That's pretty cool. But yeah, this is pretty cool. URL for profile. Well, oh, match profile, I see. Oh, match. Oh, you give it a name. and then you give it the route, and then you give it the function. Oh, interesting. Okay, and then you can just call it by that name. That makes a lot of sense, though. Yeah, it's not compiled, right? And there's no sag typing, so I don't know. But yeah, Lua is super fast. I mean, that is true. And it doesn't look horrible to write. I mean, I did look at this a while ago, but I wonder why. Because I think I was using Moonscript, and it was kind of like this weird, like, I don't know if you ever heard of CoffeeScript, but like that weird like compile to the thing. There was like all these files scattered all over. It was like really awkward. But I guess if I had just used Lua itself, I wouldn't have that problem, I guess. But yeah, I mean, look, if I'm gonna use a dynamic language, I'll just use the slowest, most fun dynamic language, Ruby, right? I'm not gonna stray from that. But yeah, no, this is cool. I mean, it's definitely faster for sure. I mean, I gotta go to Tech and Power. I gotta see how fast it is compared to Ruby. I gotta see how much faster it is than Ruby. Okay, so let's go show filters. You know what? Let's compare Crystal, Go, Ruby, and Lua. Okay, let's do that. Okay, there we go. All right, let's do it. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's physical or cloud. Physical hardware. Okay. So let's see. Golang, obviously the fastest by a long shot, right? Like the slowest Go thing here, or one of the slowest ones, right? Oh, but Crystal's right there, right? It's half as slow as Go on Fortunes. Let's see, single query. Lua's fast. Oh, because Crystal's database stuff, right? Let's see, Fortunes. Let's do plain text with no database. Yeah, Go far and away, very, very quick. Crystal is there with h2o.cr. Toro is there, 1.8 million. But yeah. And then, oh, even Ruby, H2OM Ruby. I love that. Oh, a goo is there, my favorite, a goo. Which is C. I mean, it's, you know, it's not Ruby, it's C. But yeah. Rhoda, so this is like legit, it's like a legit app, right? So 418, it's pretty good, that's not bad. Actually, you know what? Oh, JRuby. Yeah, I was like, what? How'd they do that? So 241, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, my, with no logging or anything and like totally not real, I can get about 2,000 requests a second with my lame Fiber scheduler one, which is on one process, one thread. So one process, one thread, just fibers. That's like 2,000 requests a second in Ruby. And like, it's so like such a naive HTTP server. Like it falls apart after 100, around like 150 concurrent requests. I don't know if that's like Ruby's fibers or if that's me or like it just reaches the end, I guess, right? So yeah. Oh, someone should work on Onyx on Crystal because it's looking bad. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I do like Crystal. But I think once the compile speeds are faster, or once I get an M1 MacBook Pro, I will definitely get back into it. Let's see, compile time. Compile WebAssembly support. Let's see here, compile times. Maybe I'll do compile times because compile times like kind of loaded. Let's see. Abstraction, segfault, Crystal, proposal. Oh, no one's really complaining though. In the issues. Crystal, maybe it's better. Compile times. Crystal has a compilation issue. Oh, there's a lot of stuff though. Compile speed. Let me see. What if I say brew install? Do I have Crystal installed? Okay. I wonder if I can install it just as a binary. Just to see like how fast I can compile just a hello world. Okay, well we'll let that sit there because nothing's happening. Crystal lang install Mac OS brew install Crystal. Oh, yeah. Whatever, we'll let that sit there. Okay, back to Go. Queries, what was I doing? Append? Is that what I was doing? Yeah, I mean, I can see, like, I mean, yeah, learning stuff on stream is, like, pretty difficult because, I don't know, there's a lot. Okay, so I think append is a function, and you say queries, remove. I don't want to remove. I want to add items. Append. Okay, so I can just do comma, right? Okay, so slice, so I have to say queries and I have to reassign it, right? Queries, append. It's like weirdly functional. I don't know if it's like, what's the point of that? Like, Go is like so imperative, then it gets weirdly like functional all of a sudden. So funny. Okay, so we're gonna say matches 1. And then, actually, you know what? This is gonna be, it's an array of queries. Yeah, so that's it's not a query. I need to actually make a query. Query, Q is a query. Dude, how do I? Okay, let's look at how do I do a how do I like instantiate? Okay, here it is. Struct, query, and I think I can just give it. Oh, it's a index, right? Is that what it is? Query, name matches 1. And then I have to say this is going to be just an empty string, right? Too many arguments to query. Okay, so oh no, it's okay with that. Okay, so Q, and then I'll just say Q. Oh, it doesn't like that in conversion to query. Let's try query. Oh, you can do a nested struct. Okay, so here I could just say var q. No, I can just say q is a query. Q query. Var rectangle. So var q query, right? And then I can just say q. Okay, so then I can say q matches 1. And then I can just say q dot name is matches 1. And then q dot, well, that doesn't matter. Then I can just put that here, right? Okay, this is looking okay now. Let's see, so this one's gonna be the last, like, so it's always the last query, the previous one. So I'll just say queries, queries. Can I get length? Oh my gosh, how do I get length? Is it len? Okay, queries -1, right? So that'll be, right? Queries len dot sql equals, and then we'll say line. Right? So if it's a SQL line, we'll just assign it. Actually, we need to let's see, golang append strings. How do I append string? Maybe append concatenate is probably the better. Okay, so I could just say plus equals line. Can I do that? Let's see, concatenate strings. Concat. 7 ways to concatenate. All right, see you later, Matt. All right, let me see. What is this? Is this a plus with the assignment string concatenation using append? Okay, so I can say plus equals. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm also gonna add like just a space. So I'm kind of like wiping out the new lines, but that's fine. All right, so I think this is looking good. I think this is gonna work. So I don't need this var really, but I guess I do. But it'll go out of scope, I think, until the next name comes, so I don't know, it's probably fine. Alright. So let me go run again, and we'll see what happens. Does it fail? It totally fails. Index out of range, -1. Okay. So if there are no, so it's matched a line, right? So here, I want to see what it matched on, because it probably shouldn't have matched on that. This is a comment. Okay, so it doesn't like, it did match on that. That's the wrong regular expression, right? So if it's not not comment. So if it's not white space, and not a comment, right? So regular expression, not operator. Okay. There we go. We'll say not. So I think for this we could say which is a character by character not A, B, or C, right? So not this, or white space, right? So that's what I wanted. I wanted if it begins with something that's not a dash dash, you know what, we can do dash, we just do dash, or this, right? So if it's not dash or it's not white space, then it's a SQLite. So let's try it again. Okay, it still picked this. Okay, it still did that. I don't know why. Let me see. So if it begins with this and it's not dash, it's not dash. Let's just say if it is this or this. If it's just a word, right? If it's a word, yes, because I don't think you can start a SQL statement with a number, but we can. You know what? We'll do word or number, right? There we go. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do word or number, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so that unknown escape. What is that? Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay, so let me see. So we'll do word. Wait. No, we'll do. Is it W? Oh, it's O. I see, because I have to escape it because it's a string. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, there. That's looking better. It's looking way better. So it didn't match. It didn't match. Oh, you know what? Let's do not white space. Let's do this, or that, right? Unknown escape sequence, or we'll do this or that, right? Really, it is not white space though. It's not white space, and it's not dash. But I guess I can do not white space, or dash, right? So I think I can do this. I don't know if I can do an or inside. I don't know if that's even super important. Or dash, right? If it doesn't begin with, I'm gonna do a regex thing. Okay, so that looks like it's working. So let's look at the test.sql again. So that's definitely not white space. So that looked like it was okay. But here, I want to print out what I have in queries. So when I call read queries, it is going to return queries, the variable. No result values expected. Oh, right, because I have to declare, of course. So it returns queries. It returns a slice of queries. There we go. Oh, this is heap-tastic. Okay, so return queries. So here I say queries, and then since it's a slice, I can probably loop over it, right? For Q in, can I do that? For Q range queries? Can I do that? Is that a thing? Expected. Let's see here. Golang loop over slice. It's gonna be a lot of tabs. Okay, what does it say? For, oh, it's just a comma. Okay, fair enough. Actually, for q, oh, you're like doing this, right? Equals this. Index q. Oh, and you do say range. Okay, so I was almost there. I was almost there. I don't really care about index, but I guess, do I have to do that? Q is declared but not used. All right, I guess. Let's see, print ln. And then we will say q dot name. So this should give me two names. Just one, just two. Perfect. Perfect. I don't know why. Oh, because I'm still doing this, right? Okay, so don't do that. Yeah, okay, so just one, just two. So it got both names, right? But now, did it actually get the sequel, right? Let's see. Okay, so it's not looking good, right? So let's see, name, and then we will say sequel. I think I can just say q.sequel, right? We just put the sequel next to it. And we can just say sequel, right? Okay. Probably, okay, so just one sequel, it got nothing. And just two sequel, it got select as ID. So it's definitely not using the previous one like I thought it was. Because I appended once, right? So there's definitely two. But the first one, it didn't really do what I wanted it to. Alright, I've got like 8 minutes left. I got like 5 minutes left. Actually, I've got like no minutes left, but... okay, so let me see. Name just one, just two. Okay, so it didn't get select one at all. And I don't really know why. Because it got them... So it has that first just one. And then queries, append... Oh, I'm assigning queries here. I'm reassigning query. Oh, no, wait. I'm appending. Okay, let me see. Golang, append, slice. Appending item to a slice. Append slice 100. Slice return slice. Okay. I mean, that's how you. That's, yeah. It has both, so that worked. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Because my query is outside. Oh, but I'm calling this query, so it should work. So there should be one. The next line that comes around, there should be one query. This is, my regular expression is still wrong. That's what it is. Let me do. Let me just say if it starts with a word, a digit. We'll just go crazy with this. We'll say this 0 through 9, dash, not dash, or this or that, right? Yeah, I think that's fine if it starts with that, right? Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's try it. Okay, I have an unknown escape because I need to like double escape this thing. I think. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Okay, so now my regular expression is actually working. So from, and then I think because I have, oh yeah, you know what? It does have white space. Interesting. Okay. So if it's just not dash dash, right? If it doesn't start with dash dash, basically assume that it is SQL. That's probably, I was probably overthinking this. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me see. Okay, what's up with, okay, whatever. Yeah, so if it doesn't start with a dash dash, so I think I just have to say not dash dash dash, right? But I think I can just say 2, not 2, right? Right, I think, let's see. There it is. Yes. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. All right. So this is actually working. It's actually, I got it working faster, way faster than I thought I would. I'm surprisingly like productive in Go, like way more than I thought I would be. I am struggling for sure, but I definitely did this with some quick Googling. So I feel like just that alone is it's pretty good. I mean, that's pretty much what you want when you learn a language. All right, so this is looking good. I mean, it has all the things, right? It parses the thing with a regular expression. It gets them into a slice, a go slice, which I learned what it is. It's a variable length array. And it puts the SQL with the name, which is perfect. So yeah, this is good. It ignores all comments, right? That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so this is cool. The next part would be what Matt was saying, which would be code gen. So I think if I was gonna do this next stream, I think I would probably I'd probably read this and I would like generate code that looks like this, like package whatever. But I think I'd want a function for each name, right? So I would say just one, right? So this would actually be just one, just two. And then so I'd have a function that takes a dynamic number of arguments, which it's probably like args, and it's like shoot, like yeah, Go generics. Like, how did they do that in Go ORM, right? Or let's look at the other ones, because you want to like pass these arguments, but I don't want to like. It could be anything, right? Queries, line query, line tag. Okay. I don't really care about the scanner. I mostly care about how they did this. The whole thing here. Let's see. Parse reader, must parse file, parse bytes. Bytes, new reader. Parse file, parse reader. Okay, so parser line. So what do they do? Must parse file, and then it gives you queries. Use queries with SQL database SQLX. Oh, I see. So they got around this by just pass it to SQL. Okay. So they got around this by passing it to SQLX, whatever that is. Golangsql, right? Or let's look at the SQLite 3 wrapper right around around C. Obviously there's FFI somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's look at the README here. Overview. Okay, examples. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to see some code. Let's look at simple. Perfect. I always want to see simple. Whatever the dumbest thing you can give me is perfect. Okay, so open db.close SQL statement. Okay, and then we execute it. But how do I pass arguments? That's what I want. Transaction prepare. Okay. It's a statement. Defer close statement.exec. Okay, so it says format sprintf I. Okay, so is that how you do it? You're always passing strings then? Oh wow, look at this. Statement query row 3, scan, name. Interesting. So I guess that's how you do it. Rows, scan. Wow. Okay, so to pass arguments, you have to say query row. You have to make a query row thing, and then scan in your variable. Okay. All right, and it's weird because the variable is a string, but query row 3. I guess I don't understand what query row 3 is. I'm guessing it's gonna be whatever. Wait, select name from foo where ID equals. Is it 3? You're just putting it in a thing that is a query row 3. That's really weird. Query. It looks like you pass strings though. Like it seems like you pass strings. Insert into ID name. Values. So this is. Where's the second argument? Oh, okay. So sprintf is like a. You're creating the string. It's like the name is this, and like the number, right? But it's weird because there's two values, ID and name. I guess the ID, like it's auto created or something. Oh, here it is, exec. Oh, I see. You passing the whole thing to exec. Oh, I get it. Okay. No, that makes sense. So you can actually pass to exec. You can to a statement. You can pass any kind of argument. But that's crazy because I can't believe you can do that in Go. I definitely didn't think you can do that. So statement query row 3, and then you scan in the variable. Yeah, that's something. I think query row is probably like you're returning. Oh, I see. You're returning name in as the variable, and then here's the name, right? So query row 3, I think you're probably saying ID is 3 here. It's like a different way of saying ID is 3. Wow, that's something. All right, well, so that doesn't really answer my question, but I'm just gonna assume that I would like to do something like this, where you like generate functions that take any sort of type. But I think if you give it, like, maybe you can give it like a union. It's like golang. Oh my gosh, golang union type, right? Simulate union type efficiently. I mean, Golang doesn't have union types. Here's what I got, full code. Okay, so what is this? Type A is a struct, but I think mark all types inside its pointer types. Union, your bench. Has raw pigram, but you can use arrays to represent a single S2 int and then assemble them with shifts. Oh my gosh. Dude, what the heck is going on? Wow, that's something. Interface that uses type switch to decide which data is stored in the union field. Due to the use of type switch, the field T is not needed, but tighter in the C version. Or a small tool that generates C style could unionize. That's something. But I think if I gave it a struct, like if I made a struct that had like every single type, and then you like this would be a hack, right? Like this is my dumb way of doing this, like SQL arg or something like no, like yeah, SQL arg or something. And then I would say struct, and then I would say stir, and I would say string, right? And then you could say integer is an int, right? So you could say stir is a string, integer is an int, and you can say like double and all that stuff. So you can probably do that, and then when you make a SQL arg, right? And you say, you know, arg is SQL arg, then you kind of just like set the type, and then I think I can probably just call them, and whichever one isn't, can we not do nulls? Let's see, golang null. Ways to handle null values in Go. Okay, if Go primitive variable, you can't assign null. Okay, pointers are usually used for passing the shared data to another function to make memory usage more efficient. Handling null values. Okay, so query row, scan. Okay, oh, I see. So these things are pointers. There are a few structs defined in the SQL package. Okay, so there is a SQL package .null, right? So I think I would just go down and say whichever one's not null, right? Don't use null values. Yeah, or whichever one's not default, right? So I could have like a default value, so string would be like a blank string. But if you ever wanted to pass a blank string, I guess, yeah, it'd be like such a hack, like null is like a default value. Anyway, if this were me, I would just say anything that's not a null, like go down the line. It's crazy that I have to think about all these things. Like this is insane. Like the idea that I'll ever ship anything in Go is like really slim. Look, I don't know. I do want to finish this next stream, but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it is kind of finished now, I guess. The only thing I have to do is the code gen. But of course, I don't really know how to do these. Like, what do I generate, right? Do I generate this? But like, what slice do I? What? Like, what do I want to give it some stuff, right? Like, what do I give it? Just box the stuff up for me. I appreciate it. All right, that's it for the stream. Appreciate it. Appreciate anyone who's watching.